Good morning, how are we doing? It's very early in the morning. It is 6:37 in the morning on the 4th of July and I am dyeing up July's Patreon mini skeins. You obviously won't be seeing this until the end of August, so if you haven't already, please pay your Advent invoices. I'm down here this early because I am going to the hairdressers this morning, getting some fun colour put in my hair. Look at this. Which is also why it looks like this. Did I brush it? I did brush it. But I've got 2 hours before I probably need to think about leaving. I should probably put a bit of makeup on, otherwise when you get your hair done you don't have makeup on, it's just a bit jarring. Mario's made me a tea. We didn't sleep the best last night. That's okay. I think we have yet another tooth coming through. There's no let up. There's no let up. Okay, I've just got a text from my hairdresser to say that she's woken up poorly. So I'm not going to the hairdressers this morning. Oh, how sad. It was desperately needed doing and it's my daughter's birthday in a couple of days. It was going to look so good for her birthday. Anyway, it's fine. You can't help illness. Anyway, if you're new here, hello. I have a tier on Patreon called the Chai Latte tier, and it is, you get 3 mini skeins every month. They're one of a kind mini skein colorways. I don't write the recipes down. I just dye it and have a lovely time and then post it out to you. I asked on Patreon for inspiration pictures based on ice cream, which I'm very excited about. People have done very well. This makes me want to eat ice cream. I want to visit an ice cream shop and eat ice cream. This one in particular from Emma Jane. Is it going to load? Adorable. Look at that teeny tiny ice cream cone. Adorable. I've chosen this picture from Renee. She, I believe, found online. I'm going to choose this one. This darker with the brown and that one. I'm going to do based on that one. Alexandra coming through again. We're doing a Mr. Whippy. Soft serve. It's Mr. Whippy, alright? We're doing a Mr. Whippy. I'm going to do one with the strawberry sauce. I guess it will also kind of be, it will kind of also be akin to this one from, I'm really sorry, I don't know how to say your name because I don't speak Norwegian. It's Stina? She found this one on a Norwegian food blog. So I guess it's kind of going to be adjacent to that. This one looks quite fun. This one is also from Stina on a food blog. So you've got Neapolitan, colourful sprinkles, chocolate sauce. I think that one's good. And then in theory, they should all tie in together. Oh, cool. Well, I don't need to rush with this now. No, I'm not going to the hairdressers. I'm going to get it done now. The oven's on, I may as well. But I don't need to panic and rush. So we're off to the races. I really enjoyed this theme. I had a lot of fun dyeing this yarn. In case you didn't know, when I first started thinking about dyeing yarn, and this was even before Mario became a baker, because I wanted to start dyeing yarn while I was living in Germany. He was a teacher. He didn't know what he knew he didn't want to teach anymore. He thought he wanted to work in kitchens, and then anyway, he decided he liked baking. He then became a baker. But before all that, I decided that it would be really fun to dye yarn based on cakes, essentially. It was going to be called the Yarn Cakery. And they were all going to be cake themed. I had an idea to do like rainbow cake, self-stripe it, and then I realised how much work self-striping is, so that obviously never happened. And all of this fun stuff. So yeah, I had this idea in my head to do cake themed yarn. Now, I never did it because I then decided that that might be a little restrictive to do as a whole yarn thing, like for a collection, sure, that might come back. But then chromatic yarns came to be, and I started doing D&D themed yarn, which meant I then did pigeonhole myself into D&D themed yarn. So I did have a wonderful time kind of dyeing stuff not based on D&D. As much as I loved dyeing yarn based on D&D, I also really enjoyed doing things like this, dyeing yarn based on ice cream. And then spoilers for next month, we've got cocktails. August is cocktails. And I had a lot of fun doing that one as well, because cocktails are a bit more bright and colourful. I guess I could have done Smurf ice cream. But thank you so much to whoever suggested asking the chai latte crew to send inspiration pictures, because it's great. It's really good, and it challenges my dyeing, and I really, really like it. Anyway, we've started out with, I believe, Dharma vanilla cream, I believe. Oh, my back is bruised. I squatted 40 kilos yesterday. I felt very strong. And then I just zigzagged on one side, flipped it, zigzagged on the other side, flipped again. And then I believe, oh, I can't remember what colour this is. Might be Cherry Bomb. Looks like Cherry Bomb. And then we just did a couple of lines of Cherry Bomb. I twist the yarn in the tray so all of the mini skeins can kind of get a hit of speckling. And then we just did brown speckles. I didn't want like super intense brown speckles, because the brown speckles are meant to be the flake. And I knew that intense brown speckles were coming later. I found out after watching Amora's video, Amora Loves Yarn. She loves, we'll go with loves. She opened these mini skeins on one of her videos, and apparently up far north, the northeast, is it northeast? We'll say yes. They call the strawberry sauce monkey blood. I had never ever heard of that before, ever. Yeah, we may be a small country, England, but there's lots of different words for things. Who knew? I moved up to Nottingham, which is about 4 hours away from where I grew up. I sound very posh, full stop, but in comparison to some of the people where I live, and it's not a slight. It's not me being classist, or not me intending to be classist, so sincerest apologies if it comes off that way, but I do sound quite posh. So I do, I do say things differently to people where I live. One of the sort of big things that was a discussion when I started uni was, what do you call a bread roll? So leave it in the comments. What do you call a bread roll? Other countries can join in. Pop it in your language. That would be lovely. What do you call a bread roll? Because I call it a bread roll. And I don't want to influence anyone else. You can tell me that I'm wrong. That's absolutely fine. So this was the Neapolitan inspired colourway. You will find out in a little bit later. I changed my mind on what I decided to call it. Spoilers, Knickerbocker Glory is what it came out as in the end, because it just kind of gave me Knickerbocker Glory vibes, and yeah. But I believe it's Valentine Blush I did the zigzags for this time, and then this is Pecan Brown at a very low dilution, so it's quite pale. I kind of wish that I'd put a bit more of a reddish brown in with it as well, because it is quite a grey brown, but it kind of works. So, well, it works for the purpose of, it works with this colour scheme, so I'm not mad at it. And then I just kind of went to town with sprinkles. And maybe a little bit too much to town, but I do also like how it comes out. Landscape dye, very fun for speckling with. Right, landscape dyes are dyes from Australia. They are quite expensive, I will say that. But it's pre-mixed with citric acid, so it does speckle quite well. I do mix my own with citric acid, my own dyes. It's really annoying. The last load of citric acid that I bought is too coarsely whizzed. So the granules are too coarse. So it doesn't do very well with mixing with dye, because it just kind of separates. It's annoying, but it's fine. I do find that if you use, this might just be user error, and I'm happy to admit that, but if you're using landscape dyes to like mix with water to create dye, not just use it for speckling, I find I have to use loads in order to get like a decent colour. And I'm guessing that is because it's mixed with citric acid, so that would make sense. But yeah, I just kind of went to town with the speckles and just had a lovely time. And you know what? This colourway turned out really, really fun. I really like this one as well. I really like all of these colourways. I often do like all of the colourways that I dye. But yeah, I in particular like this one. I think this one would look good as a 100-gram skein, and it would be nice as a jumper, as like an autumnal jumper. I think that would be really, really nice. I believe the colour that I zigzagged is tobacco leaf, Dharma tobacco leaf. It's a cracking colour. It's a cracking colour. It's the colour, one of the colours, the predominant colour that I used for my Legends and Latte cinnamon roll colourway. Just quite a high, yeah, it was just quite a bold, quite a bright, a lot of dye to water ratio. I can't think what the wording is right now off the top of my head. The cat just walked in and distracted me. But yeah, so this is, it just kind of was the perfect caramelly colour that I was going for. Kind of caramelly colour that I wanted. I can't remember what colourway this is off the top of my head. Have we gone pecan brown again? I think we've gone pecan brown again. Maybe mixed with a bit of something else at a higher dilution. It's now almost 2 months since I dyed these. Come on, give me a break. Because of course I'm recording this the day the video comes out. Why would I do anything in advance? That's far too organised of me. So for this one, I just did a line at the bottom and then a line in the middle of the dark brown. And then we're flippity-doo-dah, flippity-a. My oh my, what a wonderful day. And yeah, because the dye, these aren't heated, I use cold water to mix everything. So because the dye hasn't fully set into the yarn yet, when I flip it over, it does go back into the tray. So more of the skein does get dye on it. But at the same time, that's absolutely fine and is kind of the vibe I'm going for. If that wasn't the vibe I was going for, excuse me, if that wasn't the vibe I was going for, I would do one layer, put the tray in the oven, take it out when it had set, flip it, do the other side, put it back in the oven, bring it out, twist them all, speckle them all, back in the oven. That's what I would do if I didn't want dye to move anywhere. But it's kind of the vibe I wanted to go for with this ice cream, you know? It's kind of the vibe I wanted to go with it, or go for with it. And yeah, I think this would be a really nice autumnal jumper like this, or hat in an Aran weight. Oh, because you know me, I love a speckle. Now, I believe the colourway that I've dyed, that I've chosen here for speckles, it's a landscapes dye. It's either wallaby or wombat. They're quite similar colours off the top of my head. I can't see what it is, but yeah, it's a cracking brown. It's a good brown. Tan bark, is that the other one? Tan bark's also quite a good brown. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. I've never heard that word said out loud before. I have only read it. But yeah, it's really good brown speckles. I've noticed that these don't break as much as some of my other browns do, which is good. And kind of what you want, because you don't want just a random, if you're doing a brown colourway, sometimes you get a random blue speckle. Colourcraft deep brown, whatever their brown colour is terrible for that. It splits all the time and drives me up the wall, but that's fine. Now we're getting into doing some twisting. This is the 99 flake colourway. I was like, is it Knickerbocker Glory? No, it's not. It looks more pink, but it is more red in person. I think it's just poor lighting and my camera and me not knowing how to adjust settings on said camera. Yeah, my life is twisting mini skeins at the moment because of Advent fun and joyousness. I have some yarn on soak right now to do weekly Advents. It's just never ending. It's just never ending, but it's fine. It's worth it. I love a mini skein. I think they're cute. Yeah. Hello. It's a few days later. It's been a bit dramatic this week. I did the pickle to soft play on Tuesday. Today is Friday. Tuesday night, she's been sleeping through, which is wonderful. But Tuesday night she woke up crying and I was like, oh no, she'd been sick. So I'm like, okay, cool. She'd had egg the day before. Didn't know if it was sort of a run-on from that, but that makes no sense. And then got her all cleaned up. That is all fine. Mario took the bedding. I took the child. Delightful. I don't know how you do it if you're on your own. I'm going to have to work it out at some point because it's going to happen. She's going to wake up having been poorly and Mario would be at work. I know that's going to be a thing that's going to... Anyway, it was just like a one-off. She seemed fine in herself the whole of Wednesday. Wednesday night, Mario says, oh, I feel a bit sick, you know. I don't quite feel right. I'm like, okay. I felt fine. I then woke up in the night and did not feel fine. Mario also did not feel fine. We then proceeded to tag team the bathroom all night. He woke up and felt better, but not 100%, still quite poorly. I spent most of the day in bed. I could keep nothing down, not even water. This was yesterday. But today so far, touch wood, significantly better. Not 100%. I have a bit of a headache, obviously, because I'm dehydrated and blah, blah, blah. But I'm doing significantly better than I was yesterday. The fact that I'm stood is a great start. So, that's not why you're here. The plan for today is to pack these into cellophane bags, pack the minis into cellophane bags, and maybe start packaging. I have written the thank you postcards. I've written we all scream for ice cream. That's what I'm going to be doing today, is packing up these mini skeins. I did buy some more bags. What I didn't buy is some more of these labels. Hopefully I have enough to do the labels. I might not have enough to do made in the UK labels, but I do have other circular labels I could use, which is fine. But I don't have too many of these ones left. I've just ordered some more, so we'll see. I need to do the colourway names. So as I was twisting this one up, I thought the name Knickerbocker Glory might work better for this than Neapolitan. So I might do Knickerbocker Glory, which is like a sundae, ice cream sundae that we have here in the UK. It's kind of got fruit in it and ice cream in it, and they always make me think of my dad, because if it's on the menu, he will order it. I think I've only ever had 2 Knickerbocker Glories in my life that I can remember anyway, but I need to order them more often. I should have done a banana split. That would have been really fun. So yeah, it was a bit dramatic. See, I like talking about the things that have happened. Oh, I also got my hair done. It's got a bit of red underneath. I washed it today for the first time. I got that done on Monday. I was meant to have a PT session today, but I obviously, yesterday, I emailed and cancelled it because I was like, if I feel this poorly today, I'm not going to be well enough tomorrow. But in hindsight, I probably would have been able to, but it's probably for the best that we've rescheduled it for Monday. And I think this is just what a glimpse of my life is going to be once the pickle starts nursery. My fault. Should have taken her to more baby groups, I think. But postpartum anxiety said no thank you. Okay, I'm going to stop procrastinating because otherwise this video is going to be so long. I just had enough. Not just, there's a few more on the roll, but as it was going, I wasn't sure that there would be enough there. How stressful. There's so much yarn, advent yarn everywhere. I don't actually know what I can film. Sorry for the TMI about how ill we'd all been. It was still quite fresh in my mind. Still quite fresh. I have not been back to soft play since. The pickle's been back to soft play. I have not been back to soft play. Yeah, Maria took her and she didn't get ill, but she's had her first settling in day at nursery because she starts next Wednesday. And yeah, she's already caught a cold. She was in there for an hour. So I think this is just what my life is going to be for the foreseeable future. There's something quite satisfying and therapeutic about bagging these minis. Whenever I come to do it, I always think, ugh, I don't want to do this bit. Because the fun part of being a yarn dyer is dyeing the yarn. This is the less fun part, but there is something quite satisfying about bagging them up and having them all laid out and having them all like sat there ready to be packaged just like this. And it is satisfying when I get it done. It just feels like more of a slog than it is. Done. I've packed all those mini skeins into bags. It's currently 12:15. I'm going to sort out the postage. I have to do that on a computer because I have to download all of the information from Patreon and then re-upload it into click and drop, Royal Mail click and drop. And Royal Mail website, really bad on the phone. They really need an app. Really, really need an app. Maybe if they stopped giving people bonuses. By people I mean the powers that be in Royal Mail, not the postal service, then maybe they'd have a bit of money to put into an app. Just saying. Just saying. I look a bit haggard today. Look at this. I look so like run down. Goodness me. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I think I chose a different label setting because it's kind of pausing between each label. It's fine, it's printing, it's doing its job. Yeah. I'm not feeling as well as I thought I was. Classic. So I'm just taking it easy, I'm taking it slow. I will not get all of these packaged today. That's for sure. Which is a shame, but that's okay. I'll have to do some packing this weekend and drop them to the post office on Monday. Because yeah, I'm not feeling 100%. I'm meant to be doing a live stream this evening, but we shall see. I feel like I look a bit peaky. I'm just a bit hot. I'm just a bit sweaty today, and I'm just a bit out of sorts. The window being open is helpful. Doesn't help that we're pretty sure the pickle's teething. She is just unhappy today. I keep looking at the monitor and not the lens because I'm very paranoid of Advent yarn being in it. But yeah, I'm just going to try and pack up a few of them. I'm not going to get them all done today. I'm not going to pressure myself to get them all done today. I'm just going to try and do some, and then I'll just do it over the weekend and ship them on Monday, and I think that's okay. Hello, it's Monday. I need to get these out today. So we're getting back on it. We've got over half of them packed. So we're going to finish it today. They need to go to the post office today. Sickness bug took me out longer than it should have done. And still not 100% now, but significantly better than I was. So we're getting them done. We're getting them done. I've made a very public knowledge that packaging in general is not my favourite part of being a yarn dyer. But there's something about these little boxes. They're a faff to fold. Don't get me wrong. They are a faff to fold, and it takes ages. I have to speed it up in the camera, and it's a faff, and they don't stay closed, and you got to tape them. Anyway, I do love how the little boxes look. Envelopes, much quicker. Ridiculously quicker. But these little boxes, adorable. Absolutely adorable. I also am really pleased that I chose to do little postcards in with them, because it gives a nice little touch, doesn't it? I feel like I should do a thank you postcard for general orders. There might be changes afoot. If you're on Patreon, you would already know about these changes that I've been thinking about and was going to do months ago and then put off doing it. I think it might be time. The changes might be coming, just so you're aware. So yeah, watch this space. Good news, got them all done, and the sun is still shining. We've got a thunderstorm due this afternoon. But I need to take these to the post office. So I need to change my shorts, because I'm just in very casual shorts. I don't know. I feel like I can't wear jogging bottoms out the house, which I know isn't true, but it's just kind of how I feel. And these are jogging bottom shorts that are like 2 sizes too big for me, because I bought them when I was pregnant, and they're just still comfy. But they're not leaving the house clothes. But yeah, I need to take these to the post office while the sun still shines. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I post a video like this every single month, but I post other videos every single week. So if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, it would be great if you were to subscribe. And Friday is upload day. If you want more videos from me because you miss seeing my face in your feed, then you can follow me on Patreon. Sign up to Patreon. The Chai Latte crew, which are the people that get these mini skeins, and the Biscuit Brew crew, they both get an extra video every single week. And yeah, so if you want to see more of me, that is your way to do it. I also have social media across other platforms other than YouTube, so if you'd like to follow me there, links can all be found in the description box below, along with anything else that I think you might need. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being you, and I will see you very, very soon in my next video. Bye!